Okay, the first thing you'll need to know about e-farming is let's just kind of go over one first, the setup process, just to make sure that your email marketing is set up correctly. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to click on the setup window here on the right hand side, and you'll see the link on the left hand side called email. Some key things that you can do is one is determine your default campaign email marketing theme, okay, which is your header. So when you click here on preview, you'll see here that I have one for an agent here that I'm using as our demo today, and she has a HomeSmart Move header here, and you can see here she also has links back over to her individual website. And then she has her photo, her contact information. She can also put an email signature and links. You'll also notice that she has a asking referral tagline at the bottom with her license. Now, to put your website links, you'll see here that she has 4 or 5 different websites, and she has her homesmartvalue.com links back to her website. If you have multiple websites, you can choose from those separate different websites in the email website email theme. Then you have your actual signature, right? So you can put your signature in here now. Some other things that you might want to do is put your social media links in your signature. This is the editor here, so if I wanted to add images to any email or website, this is the image manager. We have the hyperlink manager to send links to hyperlink links in your email and website over to other links. And then you have copy paste, so it runs just like a typical word processor, but it actually creates the HTML here for you on the page. So there's also an HTML editor, so if you want to just write actual raw HTML. Now, again, this would go out in every one of your emails, so make sure that you are aware of that, putting in your name, your phone number, your website, those things. And then you'll go ahead and click on save, and there we go. So those are some key things that I want to make sure that you have set up correctly. Photos, if you have your photo, make sure your photo is correct in under photos. Now let's go over one thing is that you should already have your contacts added to your CRM, and you should already have all of your contacts in the appropriate groups. So I'm not going to go over that in this course. I'm going to dive into actually building out some awesome campaigns. And so let's go over and first start with some things to know. So we've got under email, you have emails and campaigns, and then you have campaign activity and then new email. Okay, so the first thing that we'll need to know is let's just go over the first one, which is a new email. And if you click on new email, this is where I can actually set up an individual email to go out or a group email that I want to go out, and I can either send this email immediately or I can actually send it out on a specific unique date. Okay, so maybe I want to send out an email on a specific date to an actual group. Okay, so I would just type in my group name that I want it to go out to. So I've got a couple of groups options here. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and say Solano County email group 8, and I'm going to go ahead and give it a subject. Okay, and so one email that I might want to send out is either a holiday campaign, but one that I'm going to go over with you that I like is what is called the hot buys list. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and hot buys in Fairfield, CA. Or let's just go ahead, some hot buys in Solano County on homesmartvalue.com. All right, so you can see that I gave it a subject. I have my design theme, okay? If I want to use my theme. If I don't want to use the theme and I just want it to be blank, I can choose from the blank theme as well. So you see that it's nothing's there, okay? And then you can see that I have my website links, all right? And now I need to identify all of the contacts in that group, okay? So I might type in hi and then insert first name. So what that'll do is that will now add all of those contacts that send out this campaign, this email. It will put hi and their first name. And I can also add their last name if I want to. All right? All right, hopefully everybody's got that. Now what I need to do is I need to determine some properties that I want to send out. So I'm going to go ahead and go over to the website, and I'm going to find some hot buys in Solano County. I already have a search set up, and let's just go ahead and look at some newest listings here that have just come out. And then I need to determine, what are some properties that I think are some great deals out there, right? I'm going to go ahead and say, okay, I like this one.
We're actually leaving a little early today, but you want to get scheduled for maybe.
And I'm going to go ahead now, and I'm going to copy it. You see here, I'm going to go ahead and just copy this listing.
Next week, okay.
And I'm going to click on paste.
Tuesday?
And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back and I'm going to say, okay, is there another listing in here?
Well, we're just leaving early today. We have a meeting in San Francisco, but we're usually out of here at 5.
There we go.
So, yeah, I can shoot you an email after we get it set up. We'll give you a little brief understanding what we have to offer. So, would you want to do it more in the afternoon or in the morning?
All right, so basically I'm just copying the 3 properties that I feel are hot buys in Solano County. All right, so now when you can see here, I can save this email as a draft. I can preview it, I can cancel it, or I can send it. Okay, so those are the 3 options that I have there. All right. Now, some things that you also might want to always take advantage of in a campaign that's going out is also think about how to generate some seller lead opportunities from these hot buys. So on my high converting IDX Sales Aspects website, I have here what is called the free HomeSmart Value lead form here. Okay, it says free HomeSmart Value, and then when you click on there, I've got a landing page to generate a free home value report. So what I would do if I was you, I would go ahead and then put this actual what's your free home value report link content. I'm just going to go ahead and copy it right here so you can see here, right? I've got that in there. And what I can do is I can go ahead and hyperlink this page. All right. Now what I also have in here is I actually have this actual image of the free home value report in my content manager, image manager. You can see that I have it here. If you don't have this image, I will be happy to send that over to you. Actually, I'll send this image over to you guys after the course here. And I'm going to go ahead and insert it right into the email right there. All right. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and click on copy. And what I want them to do is I want them to click on this image. I'm going to paste it into the image manager. So you can see here I can select any piece of content on the email and use the hyperlink manager here in the far right hand corner. Okay, it's the little green with the chains. And basically what that allows me to do is then take this link from my website, and when somebody clicks on that link, it would then take them over to that individual page. So I'm enticing consumers on a hot buys list, but also remember that those friends and family, all your contacts, sometimes they might forward those emails, or they might be in a position to sell a home, right? So, or they want to get a free report. So always try to start thinking about integrating it, generating a seller lead in a campaign that you're building out. All right, so let's make sure that we understand this. I have my Home Smart Value lead capture form, high converting capture form that I built in the high converting IDX course, which is what's your home worth report. Okay, consumer fills this out. I want to drive consumers over to this report for them to fill that out, right? So I'm trying to generate also obviously leads from my e-campaigns that are going out. Get your free market report of your home's value, right? So I'm going to click on hyperlink. I'm going to highlight what I want to hyperlink. I will select the hyperlink manager. I will then paste the link in from my website. Hyperlink manager. Paste in and click on OK. So now I have hyperlinked that. I also am going to go ahead and hyperlink the image. Okay. And then now when you click on preview, if one of my contacts clicks on one of the hot buys, it will take them over to that listing. If they click on the image or the get your free market report of your home's value, that will then take them over to the free home value report. All right. And also I'm asking for referrals, right? So, okay, now I'm going to show you something else here. I want to make sure that I have a good title in my mail body as well. Okay, hot buys in Solano County on Home Smart Value. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and bold that, and I might even increase the size here. There you go. So now I've built out my campaign. Close. Now what I can do is I can go ahead and save this as a draft. I can preview it or I can send it. All right. Let's go ahead and save it as a draft. All right. Now I want to show you, once you saved it into a draft, where did it go? Well, if you click on emails and then emails, you'll see here that it's right here, hot buys in Solano County, not scheduled. Okay, so we haven't scheduled it, and it is in draft format right now. Okay, so I can go ahead and send it, or I can go back to edit the email. I can copy it. I'm going to go ahead and click back on edit now. All right, and then there it is. Now I can either save it, preview it, or now I can go ahead and send it. All right, so once I click on send, you'll see here that it will pop up and it'll say send now, which means that I can send it out immediately, or I can schedule a specific send date of when I want it to go out. So maybe I want it to go out tomorrow morning. Now, what happens is that the emails will send from your time from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. All right. So we'll go ahead and I'm going to say I'm going to have it go out on Saturday morning. Now, what I recommend is sending out emails. Like if you're going to build out a campaign to get the highest read ratios, you probably want to send out something from Monday afternoon through Thursday afternoon, something like that during work hours. I can't. You can send on the weekends, but a lot of mail won't get read until Monday if they're in out of the office on the weekends. So think about sending that your campaigns for Monday afternoon. Schedule them for maybe Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So let's go ahead and say that we're just going to send this out on the 22nd. Now, if this is a hot buy list, I'm probably going to want this to go out fairly soon. So normally on a hot buys list, something like this, I would send it out to, I could send it out right now, right? So that's what I would normally do on a hot buys list. But I'm going to go ahead and schedule this one just so you guys can see how it works for scheduling. All right, that's it. So now you can see that the email says that it is scheduled to go out on the 22nd. All right. If I want to reschedule it, I can click on reschedule, and then that is rescheduled. Okay. Okay. Now let's jump into another way of building out an e-marketing campaign here. If you click on campaigns, now what you can do is under campaigns you can see master campaigns. Now these are some set drip campaigns that are pre-written inside of sales aspects for you to use. And what you can do here is you can select one. You can say, okay, I want to use the geographical farm campaign or visit my website buyer campaign. Whichever one you want to use, you can simply just grab that, and you can see that it says there's 100 messages available to choose from. And then you can just click on copy, and then when you go back to my campaigns, you'll see that it is there ready for you to use. All right. Now, some key things you'll need to know is here there's messages on the right hand side. These are all of the messages that are pre-written. Now you'll see that it has a send, which is within day one. So as soon as I add a recipient into this campaign, add recipient, and then add here on the left hand side, add contacts. This will give you a total list of all of your contacts to add, and then there's a little search tool here if you want to search by name. And so I just search for John, and then say if I want to put John Bliss into the campaign. Now John will get that campaign in the first day. Okay, and if I want to remove John, I just click on remove John. Now maybe if I want to add an entire group to this campaign, there is the ability to add and select from all of my groups. That's why it's very, very important to make sure that you have put together the correct groups and set all of your contacts into the correct groups. Now, again, once you have selected the group, you can just select the group and then click on Add Contacts, and it would add all of the contacts from that specific group into this campaign. So again, it's very easy to add groups into a campaign from the group add feature. All right. Now there are some additional options here: edit, remove contacts on the right hand side. Now some key things when you're dealing with canned content that is already in here is what I recommend is, one, reviewing each of the messages so that you make sure that it is content that you want to go out. So if I wanted to click on and review each message, I can either send them all to myself by just going down here to the bottom of all the messages, sending them to my email address, and then test all. So Heath@netaspects.com, test all messages, and it would send all of them to me. Or I can just review one. Now you see on day 2960, that means that this message would go out to that contact in 2960 days. So this is a campaign that's a very long-term campaign that will send out every 30 days. It's set to go out every 30 days. Now you can again edit each individual campaign. You can see here that it's already built out, and every single one of them are asking for referrals. So they're great campaigns to stay in front of your customers. Now if I wanted to remove one, I can. If I want to remove a message, I can just click on remove, and then I can take it out of there. These messages are all mine. They're all in my account now and ready to go. So again, if I wanted to remove a message, I just select it and click remove. Select it and click remove. Now if I want to edit a message, I click on edit. You can see this one here. Maybe I want to go out on day 5 instead of day 2960. I can just select send date and day 5. All right, and then there's a little explanation here of how that works. Now if I want to change any of the content on the messages, I can. All right, so I can change any of the content. I want to add imagery or anything like that. Maybe I want to add a social share this or something like that on a campaign. So I can just select image manager, global images, general use. We've got some call to actions in here. Click here to get started. Contact us. Maybe I want to contact us image in here. Click on preview. And then maybe I want this contact us to go directly to my website. I just go back over to my website, my lead form, copy the URL. Okay. I highlight my image that I just added. I select the image manager, and I paste that link into the image, into the hyperlink manager. Click on OK, preview, and now that contact us takes us right over to my contact form. All right, and now I can just save it. So now that message is the final choice is right here. All right. Now what if I wanted to add, a campaign from visiting my website buyer, or a campaign from website seller? So master campaigns, I can go over to visit my website seller, copy. And now I can go over to the seller and say, okay, here's all these different campaign messages that are already here. So if there's one that I might want to move over, marketing tools, home selling process. All right, so maybe I just want to copy that.
Yep. Thank you.
Go back over to my geographical farm. All right, now see here where it says create new message. just going to go ahead and paste that content in here. And I'm just going to go ahead and give it a title and a subject and a send day. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to say I want that to go out day 10. Click on preview and save. Alright, so those are some ways there to go ahead and customize an existing drip campaign. Again, you don't have to copy and paste. You can write your own custom content, build out your own custom campaigns, but you can set those to go out. So maybe you have, you want to build a campaign, a transaction campaign or something like that, and let everybody know about specific things in the transaction. All right, so now I'm going to show you a really cool campaign. How about let's creating a series of anniversaries or series of holidays or something like that. All right, so let's go ahead and this is a really awesome campaign option to think about for 2014-15. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on New Campaign, and I'm going to give it a campaign name here. Let's just call it the Happy Holidays. Happy Holidays. All right, there we go. And so I can go ahead and create Happy Holidays here in the campaign system, or I can go ahead and I can build out all of my holidays campaigns under email. All right, so I can build them in campaigns or under email. So let me show you under new email how that would work. And again, I would first select the group that I want that to go out to. So I might have an all contacts group, or I might have a holidays group, whatever that is. And then I'm going to go ahead and let's look here at the selection of holidays that we might. So we just had the 4th of July. We've got some holidays. We've got Cinco de Mayo. We've got some Happy Earth Day. That's a kind of a cool little one. We've got so these are all different themes. I like Happy Halloween. So let's go ahead and maybe I want to send out a funny Happy Halloween campaign. Happy.
No, I'll just wait a little bit. We can call that on ourselves. Okay, well, I'll call her after that. Thank you.
So I might put in here Happy Halloween from HomeSmart Value. And then hi, again, first name. And then I'm going to go ahead and put in my subject. And I might want to put something funny in there. It's some funny Halloween joke. I'm going to go ahead and bold. And there we go. So now you can see what my Happy Halloween email would look like. And don't forget, when you're sending something like this out there, that it's also always an opportunity to try to catch some referrals, to generate some seller lead interest out there. So, I might not use a huge amount of real estate in my email, but I might want to go back. I always like to encourage a seller lead opportunity, and so get your free market report on your home's value. I'll copy that, and again I will select that, I'll hyperlink that in my email, and okay. Now, if I've got something of that size, again, I might want to make my Happy Halloween a little larger. And there you go. And I might want to even shrink this down a little bit, just so that it doesn't look like that I'm trying to encourage that. And you know what you could do as well is put this below your line there. Now, something else you might want to think about is growing your social networking Facebook fan page on emails as well. So I'm going to click on the image manager, global images, and then we've got one here on Facebook, like banners and like banner design. Become a fan and stay connected with us right here on Facebook. Alright, so now you want to go ahead and attach that. Boom. So then I would just hyperlink that over to my Facebook fan page. Alright, so I took the opportunity to wish everybody a happy Halloween. Took an opportunity with that to get a possible lead through the free market report home value lead form on my website, and I hopefully got some free likes on my Facebook fan page. So those are some key ingredients there that we set up for our first holiday campaign. So then you go ahead and set up your date. Remember here, send date,
Yeah, actually, is Joe available?
and just go over to, we'll go ahead and send that out on the 24th, and send. So it is scheduled now on my scheduler. You can see here it says you're successfully scheduled for delivery. Close. Now if I want to verify, I just again go to emails and email, and there it is. It is scheduled to go out. So again, you can just simply go to new email, create another holiday campaign to go out, so that you get them all scheduled and ready to go, and hopefully you start generating again activity. Every one of these was generating traffic potentially to your website, was generating possible lead awareness on seller leads, the hot buys obviously generating customers wanting to generate or generating traffic back to your website on making sure they're getting there and start searching, and the value proposition there is consumers looking for a deal. Always start thinking about adding value propositions into your emails. What is the consumer going to get, right? So those are some things to really think about there, and when you're building out emails. Yeah, you want to send out you know, and keep them always remembering about you, right? And that's the beauty of email. It's one of the cheapest marketing solutions for you to stay engaged with your sphere. 80% of the business that you convert, that you sell to in a year, is of your existing contacts, right? So you really want to use e-farming to make sure to engage. But you need to make sure that the content that you're sending to them is of relevant content that they want to actually read so that they don't unsubscribe from your actual emails, correct? So, you know, those are some very important pieces there to make sure you know. Let's see, we've got a couple of questions here.
Let's see the CEO of ERA today, about 3 o'clock. He'll be at a party.
Got it. Okay, so we had Andrea, a couple questions, missed the part where showed if you're hyperlinked the search. So I'll go ahead and look over those and check out, show you that in just a little bit. I'll go over all these questions. So those are the key things that I wanted to go over, but again, really make sure that you think about the content that you're sending out to your groups. Another good one is if I wanted to schedule, say, I would, you know, like if I was you, I would be scheduling a birthday announcement for each one of my contacts. Happy birthday. So you can just say, select the contact, go ahead and go over to happy birthday. Hi Patricia, I wanted to wish you a happy birthday. Make sure it is a great one. This also gives you the ability to now send out a personalized message to Patricia, right? So always think about, you know, trying to make something really personalized. I would recommend sending out 12 personalized emails a year to your clients because you're sending them also unpersonalized emails. Make sure that you're doing your personalized emails, your 12 a year, that are really tailored to them, and a birthday announcement is one of those that you can use. Also possibly any anniversaries to integrate personal messages out to them so that they know that, you know, when you were writing this message, this birthday announcement, that you were really thinking about them. All right. So you know, maybe, you know, you planning a camping trip or something like that, but whatever it is, you know. So again, and
Well, yeah, he's one of the biggest ski masters in the country. He's up in Colorado Springs, if you're familiar.
and I'm going to go ahead now and click on send, and then I would just schedule it for her birthday. All right, so those are some key things that you need to know about the e-farming campaign activity. This is another great tool for you to track all of the activity of your campaigns and messages going out. So it gives you a tool to actually track messages sent, messages viewed, how many times they viewed those messages as well. So that's a nice little tracking system there. Now also, you know, something that we're going to be going over with email marketing and website newsletters is, again, I recommend that you know, if you're going to send out like a market update, put that market update on your website, and then send that market update both as a campaign out to your clients through an email and as a social post in your social world as well. So we'll be going over that as well in our high converting IDX website webinar coming up, and I'll send you the links over to those.
Look at it and see what you think.
Okay, that's it for today on our e-farming portion. I've got some other things to go over with you on staying connected with your clients here in just a second, but I'm going to go ahead and stop this recording.